Jai Shri Ram. This is a collection of shayaris. Be-adab, be-naseeb, ba-adab, ba-naseeb. It means without respect, one would be rendered luckless, hapless. And when you show respect, one would be lucky indeed. Now, this would mean show respect to everything because that is the true Hindu sentiment. Even when you put your feet on the ground, as soon as you get up from the bed early morning, the prayer is Samudra Vasane Devi Parvata Sthanamandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Pada Sparsha Kshamasvame. The Hindu respects everything, everything, every animal, every tree. The Hindu, therefore, should not be eating any meat because that involves killing, splitting of blood, and slitting the necks. So, respect everything. Remember, Be-adab, Be-naseeb. Because this is Krishna's family. And if you disrespect anyone on whatever grounds, because of your imagined sense of superiority, then the karma vipak, the repercussions will chase you and you will be taught bitter lessons. Be-adab, Be-naseeb, Ba-adab, Ba-naseeb. Memorize that, please. This is an interesting story connected with Pandit Dayashankar Naseem, who was popularly known as Pandit Ji and who was in his times acclaimed to be the greatest living Urdu poet. Imagine. He was a Brahmin, Pandit Dayashankar. Naseem was his popular pen name. He was an ultimate exponent in the art of improvisation and who could create verses impromptu. He was held in great respect by both Hindus and Muslims. But a group of petty-minded fanatics did not like this, his fame and all that, and the respect he enjoyed. So they were particularly jealous of his poetic talents and abhorred the idea of a Hindu excelling in Urdu poetry. So they were waiting for an opportunity to publicly disgrace him. And so there was a day when Panditji was chairing a big mushaira and all celebrities were in attendance. And one after the other people were given topics of their choice to Panditji for creating on the spot couplets, and he was obliging everyone, much to the delight and of the distinguished audience. Suddenly one of the member of this group, this fanatics, jihadi group, they went onto the stage and they challenged Panditji to add a line to an unfinished couplet which would be given by him to the poet. So this was a very interesting situation. The man, this jihadi, announced that there was a condition attached to his challenge. And Panditji said, okay. The man then announced that if Panditji failed to complete the couplet, then he would have to give up writing Urdu poetry. And so Panditji said, okay. And the man gave the line of the unfinished couplet to him. काफिर है वो बंदे जो कायल नहीं इस्लाम के. काफिर है वो बंदे जो कायल नहीं Islam के. Translated, it would mean those people who do not believe in Islam are infidels. काफिर है वो बंदे जो कायल नहीं इस्लाम के. So there was a shocked silence, and Pandit Ji was also momentarily stunned. He was in a quandary. He realized that if he did not complete the couplet, then if he did not complete the couplet, then that means he has lost the challenge. And then he would have to stop writing poetry. And if we did complete it, there's another problem. It's a catch 22. If we did complete it, then it would be like saying that Hinduism is bad and he has to accept Islam now. Islam is superior. Triumphalism. So these people are always indulging in triumphalism. Triumphalism means the belief of some people who believe that their religion is superior, superiority complex, as far as their religion or ideology is concerned. Hinduism is never triumphalistic. The truth is, Christianity and Islam both are extremely triumphalistic. Anyway, so you have understood the situation. So Panditji meditated for a few seconds on Krishna, and with the inspiration, he got up with a big smile on his face. He asked the challenger to provide him with a blackboard, a piece of chalk, and a small stick as a pointer, fescue. Fescue. Fescue means a pointer. It was arranged and the whole crowd was waiting. And it was with bated breath, BATED, bated breath. Bated breath means they are holding their breath because they don't know what's going to happen. So Panditji placed the blackboard on the board on a table so that everyone can see it, and he took the chalk and wrote the Urdu letter Lam. Lam in Urdu looks like J. J. A very big J he wrote, that is Lam. So the letter Lam now appeared to the public as a big J. He then took the pointer and waved to the crowd. So everyone was listening with rapt attention. He pointed to the J, which is Lam in Urdu, and he pointed to the Lam and completed the couplet, shouting at the top of his voice, reading at the top of his voice. लाम के मानिंद हैं, लाम के मानिंद हैं, गेसू मेरे घन श्याम के. लाम के मानिंद हैं, गेसू मेरे घन श्याम के, which means just like the lam are the kesh, gesu, tresses, the locks of hair of my Lord Krishna. लाम के मानिंद हैं, गेसु मेरे घनश्याम के. Again, लाम के मानिंद हैं, just like the lam are the hair, the tresses of Sri Krishna. लाम के मानिंद हैं, गेसु मेरे घनश्याम के, काफिर है वो बंदे जो कायल नहीं इस लाम के. And the whole crowd went into raptures. So Islam ke, that means this hair. He broke up Islam into Islam ke. Wonderful, isn't it? Stunning. The jihadi ran away, disappeared into the crowd. Nobody knew who that fellow was. This is just another instance of the brilliance of the Hindu, especially the Brahmin. Well, there's nothing wrong in taking pride. There's no caste in Hinduism, by the way, remember. When you soak up knowledge and when you are constantly in pursuit of knowledge, you will reach a certain level of excellence. So that is what Panditji proved. Bashir Badr is a famous Urdu poet, but unfortunately I noticed that in his couplets, some of them, he revealed his jihadi streak, which is sad indeed, because somehow I realize these people are incorrigible. Anyway, let us leave them. So now some of his some couplets are very interesting, very good. उन्हीं रास्तों ने जिन पर मेरे साथ तुम चले थे, उन्हीं रास्तों ने जिन पर मेरे साथ तुम चले थे, मुझे रोक रोक पूछा, तेरा हमसफ़र कहाँ है. उन्हीं रास्तों ने जिन पर मेरे साथ तुम चले थे, मुझे रोक रोक पूछा, तेरा हमसफ़र कहाँ है. Lovely lines. This reminds me of the Vedic mantra, Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Vruksham Parishasvajati Tayoranyah Pipalam Swadvati Anashnananyo Abhichakashiti. That means the Veda says there are two birds sitting on the tree. Krishna sitting right on top. You and I are hopping on the lower branches of life, the tree of this body, or the tree of this samsar, this world, the created world. And we seem to be hopping from branch to branch. We are actually enjoying sometimes sweet fruits, which are rewards for the good deeds that we did, and sometimes bitter and sour fruits, which are the consequences, the repercussions for all the bad actions, evil, harm that we done to others. So this thing is going on, and we are constantly trying to taste. And in fact, we are being compelled to taste the sweet and the bitter and the sour and the mixed reactions, and it's going on and on. So this created world does not have any permanence. So Krishna is sitting right on top of the tree and looking down and hoping that we will realize that we should not be too attached. You can be a karma yogi, be immersed but detached, and sit right on top. If you sit right on top along with Krishna, that would be the sign and indication that you are immersed but detached. Your sitting right on top signifies that you are in a position of dominance. That means nothing will bother you. Right? That's the whole message of the Bhagavad Gita. Be in the eye of the storm, fight. Be in the middle of the battle, don't run away. There's no question of running away. No mendicancy, no sadhugiri, no begging and all that. So this couplet reminds me of the Vedic mantra. And so sometimes you will also realize that even the roads, the pathways that you take in life, they themselves will ask you, hey, where is Krishna? You were once walking along with Krishna. Now why are you walking alone? And because you are walking alone, you are weeping, you are sad. Badar would not have thought of all this. But now I have Hinduized his shairis. Because I am sure Badar's forefathers were Hindus only. ये लोग तलवार के डर से सलवार पहन लिए हैं. तलवार के डर से सलवार पहन लेके अभी हमें सिखाते हैं. And they don't have the courage to examine the diabolical dogmas that are there in their religion. So that's a different thing altogether. उन्हीं रास्तों ने जिन पर मेरे साथ तुम चले थे, मुझे रोक रोक पूछा, तेरा हमसफर कहाँ है? This one also I have modified it. I have Hindiized it and Hinduized it. And the poet is unknown. I think the poet's name was some Janab Muzaffar Warsi. शोला हूँ भड़कने की गुजारिश नहीं करता. शोला हूँ भड़कने की गुजारिश नहीं करता. I am a flame. I don't seek permission to flare up. शोला हूँ भड़कने की गुजारिश नहीं करता. सच मुंह से निकल जाता है, कोशिश नहीं करता. सच मुंह से निकल जाता है, कोशिश नहीं करता. He has the habit of uttering, blurting out the truth. He doesn't have to try and all that. It comes out naturally. शोला हूँ भड़कने की गुजारिश नहीं करता. सच मुंह से निकल जाता है, कोशिश नहीं करता. दोस्तों की दोस्ती से डरता हूँ दोस्तों. This is my line. The original line in Urdu is slightly odd for me. हमदर्दी, the original line is हमदर्दी ये अहबाब से डरता हूँ मुजफ्फर. Okay, he's putting his name there. No, I don't want that. दोस्तों की दोस्ती से डरता हूँ दोस्तों. दोस्तों की दोस्ती से डरता हूँ दोस्तों. I think my line is far better because the irony is very clear there. दोस्तों की दोस्तों से दोस्तों की दोस्ती से डरता हूँ दोस्तों. मैं ज़ख्म तो रखता हूँ, मैं ज़ख्म तो रखता हूँ, नुमाइश नहीं करता. So true, isn't it? If I reflect on my own life also, and if you too in your own life, you would have come across so many people who have backstabbed you, betrayed you. You have experienced criminal breach of trust. Criminal breach of trust. Especially this is felt, this is experienced from people whom you trusted the most, because Betrayal is possible only for a person who gained your trust, and that is the most painful part. I cannot give you full details about what all happened in my life, but I am sure you too would understand. Similarly, in your life, people whom you held close to your heart, they have betrayed you. And several times, and several people, several of them. And now, at this age of 60, when I look back, I realize I don't really have any friends except my wife and Krishna. Okay, so I'll read it again. शोला हूँ भड़कने की गुजारिश नहीं करता, सच मुंह से निकलता, सच मुंह से निकल जाता है, कोशिश नहीं करता. शोला हूँ भड़कने की गुजारिश नहीं करता, सच मुंह से निकल जाता है, कोशिश नहीं करता. दोस्तों की दोस्ती से डरता हूँ दोस्तों, दोस्तों की दोस्ती से डरता हूँ दोस्तों. मैं ज़ख्म तो रखता हूँ, नुमाइश नहीं करता. I don't exhibit all the wounds. So just because I am laughing and smiling, it doesn't mean that I have wounds, that I don't have any wounds. I have so many wounds, but I won't display them. Right? It's all right. That is how life is. That is how people are. People are mean and they will backstab you. So be careful. Respect all, suspect all. I'll stop this first track here. Jai Shri Ram.